Hey everybody, Justin here. I'm back out in the shed, and I'm just going through some stuff I have in this bucket that I use to keep track. Actually, I have a couple buckets here. I just show two, but I have a lot more. Just of copper, of nickel. There's some titanium. Probably about it in these buckets. But copper and nickel are pretty good to keep because they're base metals. They're not worth a ton, but the same could be said for silver at one point, right? When silver was like a little over $1 per troy ounce, and now you have a tenth of an ounce of silver, worth about $2 or $3. I mean, it depends on the premiums and the type and all this, but essentially that's the case. So it's, in my opinion, wise to, whenever you get a copper penny or a nickel or things like that have a good chunk of copper or nickel in them, just to keep them. And yeah, I mean, I just put them in buckets, and just kind of, I won't say forget about them, but just kind of keep them in the back of your mind for a while. Put them in a spreadsheet, whatever. Have a couple on your desk to remind you, and because you never know. I mean, like if I just go in here and pick out a random, here's a nickel. So this is obviously a face value of 5 cents. Copper value, maybe that adds a couple more cents to it. So maybe overall you could say, hey, this might have a face value plus the copper value and nickel value of maybe, like, I don't know, 10 cents or something like that, 8 cents, whatever it is, right? And now this one's not rare, but obviously if you had a rare one, I mean, that, or one in really good condition also, that one would also have like a collector's value, and then I wouldn't just store it in here like this, but I'd have it in some protection, right? If I get a penny out of here, here's a copper penny, 95% copper from 1980. So same thing, face value of 1 cent, but maybe with a copper value it adds a couple cents to it, So, and you never know if the price of copper goes way up. Maybe someday each one of these pennies that people would just kind of take in and cash at the bank or whatever, maybe this goes up to, maybe 10 cents per penny or something, or 20 cents, or even more, $1. I mean, who really knows, right? Copper is used in the majority of electronics, so, and in plumbing and stuff like that, so you never know. So there's also, you can get it in different forms. Obviously, here's a copper pipe. Here's a bar. I have a bunch of these. You can get these rounds, nice and shiny rounds, in, I mean, tons and tons and tons of designs, right? Another thing you can get is, like I mentioned, nickel. Now the USA nickels are not all nickel. In fact, they're mostly copper. But some of these, like the, let's see, yeah, these ones from Canada, they're basically pure nickel, 99.9% nickel. So here you just have, just a bunch of Canadian nickels here. And I'm probably, pretty sure they have to be from a certain year, right? This says 1955 to 1981. So, and so these have a lot more value compared to the USA nickel, I believe. Or, I mean, sorry, a lot more nickel content. The USA nickel is mostly copper content. So again, this bucket's pretty filled. Let's see what else is in here. Some more nickels. Copper round. Oh, that one's interesting. The apocalypse. You can get these in a bunch of different designs. And again, they're not, these ones aren't very cost effective to buy, because the price of copper per pound is only, like, currently anyways, like $3.50, something like that. So per ounce, that's like, I don't know, 30 cents, 40 cents, something like that. But these usually sell around $2 or $3, and then maybe you pay shipping too. So that's not very cost effective to buy these. If you can get them on sale, the sales pitch is, oh, it adds value because now they're in a better form or something. I don't know if that's, a great argument, but anyways, they're kind of cool to collect. So every once in a while I get those. But, in general, everything in this box is just a bunch of copper pennies and nickels. So yeah, you never know what the future will bring with crazy economic stuff. You know, maybe someday each one of these is $1. I don't know. And maybe that won't even be in my lifetime, but maybe my child's lifetime, or maybe their kid's lifetime. But either way, someone will have a bunch of buckets to go through and look at. So, but it doesn't take any effort, right? It's like, okay, every time I get a copper penny or nickel, just put it in here. Let's see what this one is. This one, I believe, let me open it up. There we go. Yeah, this one was, I thought this was kind of cool, like a titanium coin, 5 pounds face value, very light. Titanium, super light. So I remember when I got this one, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Again, it definitely was not worth probably the cost for this. I just thought it was kind of cool. So I think I have, you know, probably several of these, but I thought it was kind of neat to have. So, okay, anyways, that's all I got, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.